Hi guys. We are Team Terror, and this is our game, Grog Gambit. Basically, today we're going to be showing some of the new improvements that we've made. The AI has been drastically improved, so there is virtually no lag anymore between moves. Our cheating mechanics are also working. A look away from the camera will cause a cheat to happen. If you can hear in the background, you can hear the sound of a piece moving, because a cheat did happen. And we can switch the modes to red, and that indicates that you are selecting a cheat happening. And if you get it right, there's a ding. In a second, we'll do it again, because if you get it wrong, it'll also indicate that you are wrong. So another look away. And if we go back and we try to call it out and it's wrong, nope. Okay. A few things that we have currently planned and that we're doing. When we spoke to the game developers, they really made an emphasis on finishing chess first, since it is the biggest and most important piece of our game. So now that we have done that, we can start to focus more on the modeling. That's been our main challenge, since we don't really have any experience with that, and none of us are very artistically inclined either. So yeah, we've been all taking our fair share and cracks at that. So far, we've been doing some work for the texture, in the room itself. It's gonna be cabin themed. We have the wooden floors done, and we're currently doing the modeling work on the walls and everything like that. The texture mapping's been a little bit weird, so we were gonna show that today, but it is done. We've also begun development on our horror aspect, and that's going to be the monsters and the mini games. Our first mini game is currently already being made, along with the monsters. 2 of our monsters are currently under development, and we have 3 in total. So by next week, we plan to show some more of the horror elements of it. But yeah.
So for the AI, for the people that weren't here last time, I'll explain it a little bit. It's a min-max algorithm, which means that it goes and tries to do the lowest scoring move for black, because black is negative and white is positive in terms of board evaluation. So black tries to do the lowest board state, and then white tries to do the highest board state. And it goes back and forth, looking currently 4 moves ahead. And once it gets to the end, it evaluates the board and returns that score back. And it evaluates all the moves for that level, and then returns, at the end it returns the lowest, and then returns the highest, and then the lowest, and the highest. Because the white player will try to do the best move, and the black player will try to do their best move. It's under that assumption. And if there's a blunder or something, it reevaluates after every move, so it doesn't cause any problems. It also, because that tree is massive, because there's an average of 30 available moves per position, and every single time it goes deeper into a branch, it multiplies by 30 again, right? So the fact that it's doing 4 moves ahead is about 900,000 moves that it's doing in those 2 seconds that it's waiting. And how we do that is basically a bunch of reduction algorithms and tricks, where we basically record the best, the highest and lowest so far. And if a branch shows that it can't produce something higher or lower, it'll just cut it off early, which cuts out a lot of the moves that it needs to check. So yeah. We also have p-square tables implemented for the evaluation, it's just not raw evaluating the raw material of the pieces anymore. It's also considering position. So like a pawn in the middle of the board is worth significantly more than a pawn pushed up on the edge of the board, and so on. And this is also different between the beginning of the game and the end of the game. So based off of pieces being taken, it progresses the game towards an end state where it proceeds to taper its evaluation. So if it's like halfway between the beginning of the game and the end game, then it'll consider both tables.
So yeah, our AI has been made completely from scratch, and everything has been modeled from scratch. Audio is royalty free. Our audio people also did some editing on some, so some are also man-made, but yeah.